next presentation will be presented by Mr. Ankush Sharma, who is the Director, Government Business from Avaya, ladies and gentlemen.
Check. A very good afternoon, everyone. And I would definitely like to start with one round of applause for the wonderful audience sitting out here, right? So let's start with a big round of applause for the audience. So myself, Ankush Sharma, I am Director Government Sales and working with Avaya since last 6 years. And if you talk about the agenda for this presentation, right, it is more going to be use case driven, right, because we have kind of gone through a lot of technology discussion since morning, and I would not like to talk about what technology is because all of us are much dwell deep inside the technology verticals and doing all the things day in, day out. So as Avaya, I would like to introduce ourselves as one of the world leader in unified communication and customer collaboration solutions. So when we talk about the statistics that define us, right, we are present globally. Our head office is based out of US. And if we talk about the numbers, we are powering more than 100 million unified communication lines all across the globe, which means 100 million plus people are using our services via form of telephony solution. More than 1 million contact center lines or 1 million contact center agents are working on Avaya provided solution, right? And definitely there is a lot of focus nowadays upon the cloud, and our 11% of the revenue comes from the cloud vertical. One slide which I would like to take you through, I would like to spend some time here because that is going to be the foundation to my discussion today, right? We all talk technology, we all talk communication, but we need to understand where we started and where we are today, right? And definitely one thing which I would like to highlight here is there has been a lot of evolution that has happened, right? But that has happened without disruption, right? If you look at where we started, right, there used to be something called cave paintings, and they used to take days and days to kind of put your message on the caves, and then if somebody passes by that way, he would read your message loud and clear on the cave, and that is the message which you wanted to deliver, right? That is where we started, and we need to understand that where we are right now, right? We are in the millennials era where we would like to do these transactions now at a click of a button, right? However, the intent has not changed. Intent is communication. The mode has changed. Earlier it used to be monolithic. Earlier it used to take days, and now it's happening over just click of a button. So that is where we derive relevance in this industry, and that is where I would like to highlight that the next course of discussion is going to happen. Definitely, all of us have spoken about digital transformation, and I would say that that has been the point of discussion throughout the day today, right? And we anticipate that by 2025, I would say 50% of the workforce is going to be millennials. And these millennials do not like to wait. They would like to get these transactions done at the click of a button, right? That is where we have seen most of the government agencies are now shifting their entire communication focus on digital. Digital is no longer a jargon. Digital is something which we use day in, day out, One example, WhatsApp. Most of the communication is now shifted to WhatsApp. Nobody prefers to write big, long emails to kind of give one single intent rather than they kind of send an SMS or a WhatsApp and then they deliver their message. However, with this era, with these millennials coming in, the channel of choice is now not fixed. It is fairly dynamic. They would come to you via Facebook, they would tweet about you, they would send you SMS, they would send you email, they would call, right? But they do not like to wait. If you look at traditional legacy call centers which used to operate, they used to have something called interactive voice response. And it used to say, Aap Qatar mein hai, you are in the queue, please wait. These people do not like to wait. They would like their things to done at a click of a button, at the channel of their own choice, and that becomes a big problem for the government, for the businesses, that how do we handle such transactions? Because as an individual, it's the right approach, but if I look at as an enterprise, as an organization, as a government agency, I have data from multiple sources which are unknown to me. right? How would I handle that data? How would I have a unified reporting? How would I derive the context of a transaction? How do I benchmark my offerings to my customers? That becomes a big problem area for the businesses, for the governments, and that is where Avaya plays a vital role and we come in the picture via our solutions. So, if you talk about our solutions are primarily in two different verticals. The first vertical I would like to let you know is called a unified communication that covers four key pillars, which starts with IP telephony solution. All of us use telephones. They can be in the form of mobile phones. They can be in the form of fixed line, landlines. So that is where we actually started 130 years ago. When Graham Bell invented telephone, right, he formulated a company called Bell Labs. And that is from where Avaya is kind of brought into a kind of after multiple acquisitions, and that is where we bring the legacy and the same code in the market. So the unified communication solution that we offer, what is unique about that? The uniqueness about a solution is our solution are not given to you in multiple form factors. We give you one single solution, and which can give you the calling, which can give you meeting, which can give you video callings, which can give you instant messaging. Anything which you would like to talk about unified communication is served by a single platform that Avaya provides, and that is scalable across millions and millions of seats. When we have the platform, definitely user is much more worried about what sort of devices we are providing, right? So we provide devices right starting from the knowledge worker. We provide devices to the executives, and ladies and gentlemen, this is one of the best product available in the market as of now, which is Avaya Vantage. This is 8 inches all-touch, capacitive touch IP phone with integrated camera and well appreciated by the businesses to actually utilize them for unified communication. Another thing, now we all are kind of doing remote workings. After the COVID era, we all have learned that offices are only not the place where we are actually working, right? It's been highlighted by a gentleman that most of the businesses are now happening 24/7 at any sort of place. That is where a web collaboration plays a vital role. And we have one of the most renowned product available in the market for web collaboration. We call it Avaya Spaces. This is a cloud-hosted web collaboration platform. The uniqueness of this solution is this is hosted in Avaya India data centers, right? Fairly secure, and none of your data goes outside the India premise, right? So for government, this becomes a key unique selling parameter for us, that none of your data is going outside India. All of the data is encrypted and secured within India. Now I'll talk about the use cases, right? Because this is a technology. How are we using it? First thing which we have deployed is a virtual learning environment for the schools, for colleges. This was a solution which we prepared during the COVID era. The beauty of this solution is this is fairly modular, right? The same solution can be dismantled in small form factors and can be taken along with the teacher when they are teaching from their homes, right? They are not going to schools. However, the end user experience, it is same. So students sitting in a classroom will get the same experience that they're getting when the teacher is at home, right? Another solution of unified communication, or a very good implementation that we have done, is a video conferencing solution for panchayats. Again, in COVID era, people were not able to move. Inter-panchayat advocacies were not happening. That is where we thought of that we are going to connect all the panchayats over video conferencing powered by Avaya software, as well as the hardware. And then all the meetings of panchayats, inter-gram panchayat, interstate advocacies were happening over a video conferencing. And people used to kind of collate themselves in the panchayat room, and they were connected to all the departments. Remote health consultation. This was again one problem area where people had to go from their houses to hospitals. Since they were not able to go, we made this solution powered by the Avaya, I would say, application at the backend, where people right from the mobile phones were able to connect to a specialist, to a doctor, to a hospital at one click of a button. And this all was managed by the Avaya application. One another important case, we have talked about disaster, right? We had a lot of discussions about GIS, utilization of GIS. But one important thing which I would like to talk about here is notification. We have identified that there is a disaster which is going to happen, but how do we notify the citizens? I think that becomes the key responsibility of the government to notify people well in advance that at this point of time, at a stipulated point of time, there is an anticipated disaster, you should evacuate. And that is the beauty of a solution where we can send SMS, email, mobile notification to the designated demography. It can be lakhs and lakhs of people, right? We can send them notification at one click of a button, right? So this was all about unified communication. That is one area where we play a vital role. Moving to the next area where we are well engaged with the government is the customer collaboration or the contact center portfolio. And I would like to proudly tell you that we are serving almost 60% of the contact centers in India. You talk about UIDI, you talk about passport, Aadhaar, you talk about dial hundreds, right? So all of the people are using our call center solutions. And we provide them solutions in the form of voice solutions, digital, and we talk about induction of AI, artificial intelligence, that is well engaged in our solution. So the first thing which I would like to highlight is an emergency response solution or the 112. So the entire framework is powered by multiple applications. The beauty of solution is Avaya provides that end-to-end. Smart city framework, we have an end-to-end solution for smart cities. Now we have data from multiple sources. What do we do with the data? We definitely run artificial intelligence. We derive insights from that data, right? One example is we can do a real-time transcription for the data, right? When a customer is talking to a police guy and he's reporting an FIR, definitely there is a scope of 10%, 15% of miss, right, which creates a lot of problem for the department. So we transcribe the data on real-time basis, and all the transcription happens from voice to text and stored in the agent's desktop, which can be well noted in the FIR. Voice biometric, one important use case where we can authenticate people basis voice print, which is saved by us, right, within the government framework. One important use case is a pension, where a pensioner has to go to the pension office to prove livelihoodness. In this case, they can simply call our number, authenticate themselves, and release our pension. Chatbot solution, we have a very mature chatbot solution which is well utilized by most of the smart cities. Voice bot solution, the same chat is now delivered over voice, and Avaya has an end-to-end solution for that. One important use case about the outbound automation where we send reminders. Let's say a payment reminder which was earlier sent by an IVR, which was monolithic in nature. Now it would be more human-like, where an individual talks to an end customer. However, it's a bot at the back end. So we train it that way. It talks in local language. It talks more human-like. A video contact center solution where you can connect over a video call with the contact center agent. We have WhatsApp integration where the channel of choice can be WhatsApp. This is how the entire contact center journey looks like, where we have a visibility about all the touch points from where a customer has came in. And this becomes very fruitful when a call center agent talks to a customer because he knows him, that how many times you have touched base the call center and what was the key derivable output of that. Definitely now we have dealt with all sort of complaints. Then we need to make sure that we are getting these complaints from social media as well. So we have that mechanism. And when we have all the complaints, we need to know how we have performed. So we definitely need to collect the feedback. So why I was highlighting all these use cases was that all of this is available directly to you from Avaya, and there is no dependency on any service provider, right? And we give you the entire solution end-to-end. How you consume it as a customer? We provide you all the solution as a subscription model where you subscribe to our services, and we also give you the perpetual model where this permanently is with you, right? We also have all these solutions available on the cloud, right? And then these are the key customers whom I have discussed, which we have acquired over the course of time. If you talk about all the government in India and globally are available with us. These are the recent wins which we had from Avaya. And that's all from my side. Sorry, I've taken 5 more minutes. And I really appreciate the entire audience. And if you have any sort of questions, we can discuss them over a cup of tea. Thank you.
Well, thank you, sir. Really, thank you so much. And with that, obviously, we would like to do the honor by thanking you. And for that, I would like to request Mr. Sumit Rawat, Senior Manager, Corporate Communication, to please step up here on the stage and do the honor from Observe Now.